Russia says it successfully test-launched a Bulava intercontinental ballistic missile from its new missile submarine cruiser, the Emperor Alexander III. It was part of the last stage of a test program before deciding if the cruiser will be accepted into the Navy, Russian authorities said. This comes only a few days after Russian President Vladimir Putin signed a law, previously approved by the parliament, which revoked the ratification of a global treaty banning nuclear weapons tests. The move was seen as a response to the United States' failure to ratify the treaty. The Russian Foreign Ministry said Moscow will continue to observe a ban on nuclear tests, but will act in a mirror manner if the United States conducts full-scale nuclear tests. Russia says it successfully test-launched a Bulava intercontinental
will win the Third World War. If Russia declares the Third World War, it would be the last and the worst war the world has ever known. It would have to face the United States, which has over 1 billion active soldiers, Germany with over 180,000 soldiers, the United Kingdom with its 150,000 fighters, France with 280,000 soldiers, not to mention all the fighters in Africa, Japan, Portugal, Poland, Spain, Canada, and many other countries under American hegemony. And if it's the United States that declares this war, it will surely be the end of the world. In addition to Russia, which holds the record for nuclear bombs, it would also have to confront China, the third military power in the world, India, one of the largest military powers, Brazil, Belarus, South Africa, North Korea with the craziest man in the world at the helm, and all the former Soviet Union countries. But the real question is, who will win this enormous war? Well, I think the answer to that question is quickly given. No one will win the Third World War.
Shalom. Call Loyam La Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha Kodash. Rakta Yahweh, Rakta Yahweh Shai, Rakta Rakha Kodash, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha Kodash. Slaki. Shalom and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elder bishops and the elders in the Akim and the Akwa of the hopeful elect. Shalom. Just want to go into a quick video. Just giving some end time updates. Want to pull out a few of those TikTok videos. All the prophecies are here and they're not turning back. The guy in the video proudly said that no one's going to win. But that's a complete lie. The Israelites will win because the heathen, they have been doing what they've been winning, right? So now it's our turn to rule for eternity because the earth was created for the Israelites. And the heathen have had their turn to rule, in the heathen era. But the true natural order of existence is righteousness. Righteousness being established for eternity, so that the earth can be inhabited in peace. So, and then he also said, that Third World War, it would be the end of the world. Well, that's a lie as well, because it will be the end of the world of the heathens, beginning with the head, chiefly the head of the heathen, which is the Edomites, the so-called white race. It would be the end of their world, not the end of the entire earth. It would just be the end of the heathen rulership on the earth, because it's in desperate need of new management, spiritual righteous management under Yahweh, through his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, with the Israelites, the 1/3 elect. So we'll start here, 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So yeah, the end of the world is it's the end of the world, but it's the end of the heathen era, the world of the heathen era, and then it's going to be immediately followed by Jacob, the Israelites, who is the beginning of Esau's downfall, because earth cannot last under wicked heathen management. And also seen in that other video about the chariot, that chariot in the sky over there. I think that was Iran. I can't remember where it said it was. It was over there in the east somewhere, far east somewhere. And so the chariots are everywhere, as the scriptures say. Let's go ahead and get it real quick. Ecclesiasticus 23 and 19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, because everybody always worried about what other men think of them, and also worry about what the government is going to say or do if they don't comply with mandates, right? They fearing men, and not them. That's why they rolled up their sleeves, because they fear men. And knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. So the Most High, he sees everything, and his eyes are the chariots, as you've seen there. Because these chariots, it's all kind of stories. The chariots be appearing at the USA's military bases, and it shuts down nuclear warheads, and it also powers up nuclear warheads, and it shuts them down. It scares. They've been toying with this, with the warheads, the nuclear plants from time to time, just to get Esau scrambling, And so these chariots, it's the Most High that controls all of this. Because if it was up to Esau, he would have been destroyed the earth with the warheads a long time ago. But with these nuclear missiles a long time ago. But there's reports that the chariots have shut down has shut down at least a few warheads that Esau has tried to shoot off. So continuing on, it says, beholding all the ways of men, and considering the most secret parts. So the Most High look upon the inner man, as people fear the eyes of men and fear and only look upon the exterior, because they're superficial meaning surface level. They're very shallow, and they only look at a person and gauge him and judge him based off what he's wearing. It's very easy to beguile and trick and deceive people. All you have to do is look at the Christianity church. You just throw on a suit, shave your face and your head, have it smooth and slick, right? And just spew and spill all and vomit all kind of madness, and the people just eat it up and follow what you say, right? And they'll think you're a man of the Lord by how you dress, So that's why most people got to get wiped out, because they're wicked. And then when you speak about the inner part, the inner man, they slander you and they disrespect you, and they get upset and angry, right? So we'll go to Joel, because that's a very grim look. It looks like a horror movie, right? With the chariot that was in the sky whenever the lightning brightened the sky up there in the dark. You've seen the triangular shape of a UFO, so-called UFO, which is a chariot. Because the chariot starts up everything in the heavens. Whatever weather is occurring, a storm, rain, tornado, hurricane, whatever is occurring, volcanoes, earthquakes, it's the chariots that's creating it all. Because inside of a tornado, inside of a hurricane, there's a pillar of what? Calmness. But everything around that pillar of calm, that peaceful eye of the storm, is the storm. It's the hurricane swirling around it. That's the chariot that's doing that. bringing forth particular judgments, and it's not by accident. So let's see, we'll go to Joel chapter 2 and verse 2. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. And that's what that was in that first video with the chariot in the sky. You only seen it, the shape and image of it, and then it also conformed, and it either connected to another larger chariot above it or grew inside, or it looked like it was like it connected, because at the end you could see it got larger. It's going to be some, this is spiritual power beyond our comprehension, and the Israelites will be, and that's the power of the Israelites, because the earth is, the heathen have been destroying the Lord's chosen, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and the Most High is now converging on this place with all these end-time prophecies that everyone said, oh, that's not going to happen, or that's going to be 100 years from now, or that's not going to be in our lifetime. But, well, it's in our lifetime, and it's about to happen. A day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. Because this is a day that's about to occur that's never been and never been seen before, and that's that day of trouble. And that the reason why is because of the wickedness of men, and everything must get reset. The great reset is coming, but not the one that the government is trying to do, but the one of the Almighty power Yahweh, in the name of His only begotten Son. So verse 3, a fire devoureth before them, because those chariots shoot out laser beam fire, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yeah, and nothing shall escape them. So when those chariots get active, when the Most High go ahead and put the word for the chariots, the angels that control the chariots, to bring forth judgments as well. They're going to be zapping people, as you've seen in that movie War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise, where those those are goofy depictions of the chariots, but what they did when they came out the ground, they started zapping people and they turned into dust. And that's in 2nd Ezra chapter 13, where Ezra said he only seen, it was a large multitude of people, but then after those chariots zapped, he only seen dust and the smell of smoke, or smell of fire, smell of smoke, because those chariots, that's that fire that shoot forth and just vaporize the wicked. Zechariah chapter 5 and verse 1. See the title right there says the flying scroll. What's flying in the air? A chariot, because there's different shapes and sizes. One, we just saw that one that was a triangular shaped one. Then you have, even the government have mentioned that there's tic tac shaped ones, and then they just said recently they seen a large, long cigar shaped chariot, and then this one here look like a flying scroll here. You take an ancient scroll and it's rolled up, and it's like a cylinder shape. So these chariots come in all different sizes. It says, then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. That's a chariot, so-called UFO. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll, and the length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. It says, then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. And when you look up and see in that video, a chariot, it's a terrifying thing to look upon, because that the power that it looks like it has so much power in it, right? And so that's a curse for the wicked, and that's a curse for Esau Edom. And the government, that's why they've been hiding it, because they have all these interactions all the time with these chariots, and that's the curse. The Most High just showing him that foreshadowing of the future to come for his. That's the sign. That's the symbol of his future judgment. A lot of the judgment is going to come from those chariots, and they've been terrorizing Esau in the skies. and then with the the Air Force fighter pilots. It's all kind of stories that they won't release, and they release some of them, but it's very mild and tame, and watered down stories. So that's the curse that Esau has been having to deal with, knowing that his end's going to come at some point through those chariots, and that's why he demonized them in movies and cartoons and stuff, right? That's why he demonized the aliens. They call them aliens, but it's just angels controlling the chariots. So it says, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth, for everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it. And we know who Esau, so-called white man, has done nothing but stealing, right? Stole America and all kind of lands throughout it everywhere else. Australia, Africa, so forth and so on, and Europe. So, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. Verse 4, I will bring it forth, saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief. The chief house of the thief is over here in America. And into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name. That's that blasphemy and profanity on her head was on the beast's head or on the whore's head, was the names of blasphemy, spoken of in Revelation. And it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. So, that's what those chariots represent. They're going to be active at some point here soon, according to the prophecies. According to all the prophecies coming to pass, and it's about to be a day unlike we ever seen or could imagine. Luke chapter 12 and verse 2. 32. Well, let me see. Yeah, we get that too. Verse 2, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Everything is being made known now in the last days, chiefly beginning with the truth. And now the man of sin is being revealed for being, actually not the good guy, but actually the bad guy, bad guy of Satan. Verse 32, fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. And that guy, the Edomite, they always want to make their bold, arrogant, opinionated remarks about society. And they said in this Third World War that no one will win. Well, yeah, the Israelites will win, because what did the Messiah right here, Yahweh Shai, is in red speaking. He say it's the Most High power, Yahweh, our Father. It's Yahweh's good pleasure to give us the kingdom. So if no one wins, then what do you call this? The only people that will not win are the heathen, but the Israelites, because the Israelites have been only losing, since around 1492 with the Northern Kingdom getting judgment first. It started first with the Northern Kingdom, so-called Latinos and Native American Indians, with Columbus. And then 1619 is when the transatlantic slave trade hit, and the Southern Kingdom, so-called blacks, and so-called, the so-called Jamaicans, all of the Caribbean islands, brethren over there, and Haitians, over there, so-called Haitians, the tribe of Levi. So Judah, Benjamin, Levi, and we've only been losing. So now it's getting reversed, and we're going to receive the kingdom now for our, at the end of our punishment here. We've just been serving our captivity for a season. Revelation 14 and verse 1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion. That's Yahushua, and Zion is Israel. And with him 144,000. That's the elect, but that's the cream of the crop. That's the top. That's the governing body that's going to be the rulers with Yahushua. That's Yahushua's government that's going to rule over the people. The rest of the 1/3 Israelites, but in righteousness, ordering the people like Moses did back in the day. Similar to that, but on a whole nother spiritual level. And Moses is going to be there, King David going to be there as well, amongst that 144,000. Having his father's name written in their foreheads. And so they're going to have the greatest seal, they're going to have the greatest portion for in the being, great to much is given, and much is required, and so they quite naturally gonna have a greater portion, and that's the same thing as a firstborn son gets the greater portion, of inheritance amongst the children. So Revelation chapter 7. So that's who's going to win, the Israelites, and no longer the heathen. Revelation 7 and 9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands, and cried with a loud voice, saying, Salvation to our power, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, which sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb. And we know where the Most High sitteth, upon Mount Zion. But this is the 1/3 right here of the innumerable multitude right here. And when you read the verses above it, this is going into starting at verse 4. It's talking about the 144,000 of the Israelites, the governing body. So 12,000 out of every tribe of the 1/3 of every tribe, right? And then verse 9 goes into the citizens of the rest of the 1/3, because the multiple nations and kindreds and the people and tongues, because we're scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, that we'll be blessed with salvation, get redeemed, beamed up in one of those chariots, so-called UFOs, right? And the reason why it's multiple nations and kindreds, because we have different tongues, because of the different languages of the nations that we're in, that we got driven to. So the highest concentration of Israelites is in the Americas, but we're also throughout we're also in Europe, Africa, and Asia as well. So that's where those are different, because you're going to be having Israelites that look like, there's Israelites that look like these other heathen nations through the mingling of with other women. But the seed is of the Father. But if you continuously breed with heathen nations, then they would, have the characteristics and traits and the tongue, the national, the language of that particular land that they're in. But that seed doesn't change. It's just the exterior is a little different because of the mingling with the heathen women. But the seed doesn't mingle, but just the genetic makeup, of the ground that the seed was put in, like the man, and then and the woman is considered the earth, right? So that's how that go. But Revelation chapter 22 and verse 12. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be. And that's not the one I wanted, but that's a good verse too, because that shows you what every nation, everybody on earth has their particular portion. The heathen will receive judgments for their wickedness, and the Israelites, only the 1/3 Israelites, they're going to receive the salvation, and the 2/3 got to receive judgment as well. So every man will receive their proper reward, whether it's good or evil, salvation or judgment. Revelation 21 and verse 12, and had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the 12 gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. So that's who's going to win. That God said that there would be no winner. There would be no heathen winner. That's what he left out. The word he left out was heathen winner. But the Israelites will win for eternity under Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Because these heathen are very insincere, and they always just running their mouth. But because they're never going to tell us the truth. That's why blessed is he that readeth and study to show thyself approved. Joel 2 and verse 32. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, shall be delivered. For in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance, as the Lord Yahweh hath said. And in the remnant whom the Lord Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai shall call, So the remnant of Zion is what? The 1/3 elect. So that's what that is. You know, that's who's going to win. And that's who's going to be given that salvation, the Israelites. Okay, Shalakia. So right here it says, Shalakia. It says, UN, the United Nations says Bill Gates digital IDs will be mandatory to participate in society. So digital ID is that thing that goes in your hand, right? To buy and sell, and that's the prophecy. Right there, everyone been, well, not everyone, but majority of people have been scoffing, especially, you know, like Israelites. It's been scoffing at this prophecy that's going to come to pass. We've been warning and telling everyone about, prophesying about it. But now it's right here. They outright saying, and I made a video like a year or two ago on one of my other channels, because one of my channels got taken down. But I think it's still up on that. I think it was the first channel I made, Follow the Lamb Yahushai, and where it said the video was called "You Will Have to Sell Your Soul Just to Live Your Normal Life," and it was going into this right here. You know, this digital technology that have to go into your hand to buy and sell, and they're just showing you right here and proving it right here. How does this demon Bill Gates? He was at the forefront of the you know, the COVID, right? The medical stuff. And then at that time we were like, okay, how this guy only? He's Microsoft guy, a computer dude. How he all of a sudden speaking on medical things, right? He's not a doctor, right? Show you just pure madness, and they're just the wicked elites that just pushes every agenda. And now he's talking about this. Now he's going from computers to the medicine, now to the technology of digital IDs, which he would have more of his field being with computers, because those chips are connected with the network, the computer network. And then also here it says billionaires try to shrink world's population, report says. And then there he is right there again, that wicked Gates. He's at the forefront of all this too. He's one of the main puppets, you know, paraded around by those in the shadows that really operates everything. So see, we're at the end. Is it a coincidence that all these things are converging, overlapping one another? Nope, it's because the Most High is now letting the prophecies go full speed ahead now. Revelations 13:16, and he causeth all, and that word causeth goes into force. And he forced all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell. You can't buy or sell with your religion or philosophy. That's pure stupidity. That's for those that try to claim that. Save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So you won't be able to buy and sell. He just said you won't be able to participate in society unless you have this digital ID. And that's what that's going into, that CHIP, you know, CHIP, micro CHIP. And the reason why all this is happening, and then they also, you know, trying to reduce the population, because that's one of their Georgia Guidestone's wicked man-made commandments, to keep population underneath 500 million. Or 500,000, 500 million, I think. But Revelations 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And that's why all this is happening at rapid speed. And as Donald Trump had coined it a few years ago with Operation Warp Speed, and then also say that they need a space force. And what's a space force in the heavens? And what we saw in the heaven in the first video, that chariot up there, because they know what's going on. They know what's up. You know, they know the things that they can understand about what's coming. That's why they have a doomsday clock that's right there, a slither of a fraction off of the midnight, because they know that it's any day now here in the near future. Psalms 2 and verse 8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. So that's the Israelites that's going to win in the end, and we receive the heathen. They're going to be our slaves in the kingdom to rebuild the Holy Land and and receive proper recompense. The Most High is not mocked. Whatsoever a man sow, that he shall also reap. He that leadeth with the sword he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword, and he that leadeth into captivity must go into captivity. Let me just go ahead and get it real quick. That's what I'm quoting. It's not my words, so that any demon don't try to use this against me. I'm only speaking the words of the Most High, and it's a righteous thing. As they said, manifest destiny is like, and they said we sin against our power. Well, they have too. So, they put themselves in their own. They speak in their own judgment. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So that's why everything is happening right now. All of the wickedness and the lack of judgment, lack of justice that has never proceeded from all of these evil deeds that's been happening since around 1492, and even before then. Psalms 2 and 9, thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Be wise now, therefore, O ye kings. And that's starting with Yahushua and King David and Moses and the 12 apostles and the rest of the 144,000, right? All ye kings, be instructed, ye judges of the earth, because the Messiah said that the apostles would be judging the 12 tribes of Israel with them. So those are the judges, the 144,000 that's on the Mount Zion, joint heirs with Yahushua in Revelations 14 and 1. And then also the 1/3 is going to be there as well too. So the Most High say, ask of me in verse 8, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. See, the earth was given, right now, Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, but the earth was created for the Israelites, for the sons of Yahweh, the sons of God, known in Genesis chapter 6 and Genesis 1 and 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and earth, but when you go into the blue letter, go into that Hebrew word for God, is they say Elohim, but in the true Hebrew up here, it starts from right to left, La, Ha, Yam, Ma. But I say Ma, I'm just sounding out every letter. From right to left, La, Ha, Ya, Ma. But the last letter of a word, it connects. Depending upon, the context, it connects. So it's Allahayim, not Elohim, it's Allahayim. So that means the powers. There's multiple powers. It lets you know right off the top, right off the bat, it's plural. So that word God there in Genesis 1 and 1 it's actually plural, meaning many gods. The lesser gods. Psalms 82 and 6 says what? Ye are gods. A lowercase Gods. Rulers, judges, divine ones, angels. So actually the elect of Israel, are angels. And, the nation of Israel, we're angels. We fell from our first estate, in that angelic, being, because the ancient times we were more stronger and powerful, the Most High has reduced men greatly, because men used to live, 900 years, hundreds of years, right? So that means that they were stronger then. They had better grade bodies than what we have now, because we fortunate to live 70, 80 years, not even 100 years. So divine ones, angels, gods, plural. So see? So verse 1, when you read that with the proper understanding, it says, in the beginning, the powers created the heaven and the earth. They were given the blueprint from the Almighty. And then remember also, like in that one chapter, I think in Genesis 1 and 1, in Genesis chapter 1 or Genesis chapter 12, it says, let us make man. Yes, I think it's in chapter 2. Let us make man in our image. Right? So the Most High isn't the author of confusion, but men are. Just read it with understanding and properly research it, and you'll be able to comprehend it and understand it. So we'll go to Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 15. For the day of the Lord Yahweh Bahasham, Yahushai is near upon all the heathen, and for their judgment. As we saw in that first video with that chariot, that's just a foreshadowing, a small fraction of what's about to occur. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. And this is the book of Obadiah, and this is the chapter talking about Esau's judgment. So Esau, he's still here and exists. It's a so-called white race. And the day of the Lord is going to occur during Esau's rulership. And in verse 17, but upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. See, that's going to the Israelites. That guy in that video said no one is going to win. Correction, the Israelites are going to win. The heathen will lose. In verse 18, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame. That's going into the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom. Jacob right there represents the southern kingdom. And the house of Joseph. Joseph is the top tribe of the northern kingdom. And so that's going into both, all 12 tribes. And the house of Esau for stubble. So nation of Israel is going to, through the blessing of the Most High, going to return the recompense until Esau. He's going to become stubble because of his transgressions, not our doing, but because of his own deeds. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh Bashem, Yahushai hath spoken it. So remember Amalek, the Most High had commanded Saul to wipe out all of Amalek, which is the king bloodline of the Edomites, and he didn't do it. And the Most High still has that decree that he wants the whole nation of them to be, done that way because of, their perpetual, wickedness. So with that being said, I hope this video was edifying. To the next video, I say, Shalom.